So I don't often usually ever do this for weekly update videos, but for this week's weekly update, I have to give an exception because this week stands out to me for all the wrong reasons. First of all, this week's weekly update for all players in general is quite boring. Second week in a row, but of course it's to be expected since this week marks the start of new GTA Plus benefits, so those guys have superior benefits that will last them for a month. Pretty fun, pretty easy money for them, whereas us are suffering for mediocre bullshit that's only gonna last us for the next week. Secondly, in case that's not enough, let me add salt to the wound. Rockstar, an employee who's in charge of making the weekly updates for GTA Online, was finally given the one opportunity of 2025 60% discount card, where he was given that card to say you can put 60% discount on anything you want in GTA Online for all players to enjoy. So this employee said, oh yeah, I could use it anytime, yeah, but only once for 2025. You know what the employee used it on? The Nimbus. That's how I can summarize this week's weekly update. Fucking Rockstar. Anyway, so welcome back to another weekly update video by me, King Vector 11. Of course, I went through quite an introduction. Hopefully you guys did not mind it. I hope you guys did find that entertaining. But anyways, I'm going to go over this week's weekly update, going over all the information you may need wants to know in full detail. And I don't think I should really make a weekly update news video right after this, because there isn't that much news, and if I ever have to go through any of that, it's going to be very quick and straightforward, so I hope you guys don't mind that either. Coming up at the end of this video, if you guys did find this video interesting and informative as best as I tried to showcase this information to you, do leave a like and subscribe, or you can go the extra miles with friends, or leave a comment what you liked or disliked about the information you've received. And now, without wasting any more time, let's get into this week's weekly update. Starting off with new content, I still haven't heard anything about any officer outfits that have yet to have been released since the beginning of this DLC from what I've been hearing, so I'm sorry for that, but I'll do my best to inform you guys on any of this whenever this information will release. Anyways, for free clothing rewards, Rockstar wants you to purchase any Buckingham branded aircraft this week, and you can get yourself a free Buckingham Lux tee delivered within 72 hours of a Buckingham labeled aircraft in GTA Online this week only. Also, remember how I would predict when the next DLC would release for GTA Online? I would predict it between June 10th and June 24th. Well, Rockstar hit it right in the middle, dead spot on, because this month's GTA Plus benefits will end on June 16th, which basically is on a Monday, which basically should mark the end of the DLC that's currently running and could mark the start of the next DLC, in which I'm predicting they will release official information on this, give or take 2 days, around June 4th, 2025. So when I have information on this, as soon as I could possible, I'll try to inform you guys on all of those details that have yet to release to us, that could release for us when the next DLC releases. Now, of course, I usually say I recommend purchasing the Kukett D5 because it, of course, has a bulletproof cap, so you guys have the next 3 weeks to enjoy this bug while it lasts. Otherwise, they might probably patch it by the next DLC, but the latest vehicles that have released back in March for GTA Online was, of course, the Kukett D5. Then other vehicles features the Titan 250D, the DH7 Iron Mule, and the Duster 300H. Going into this week's rewards, pretty goddamn boring. Don't even play this week for the rewards. If you want to hang out with friends in the car meets and stuff, go right ahead. This is another boring week, but in case you have interest, we have triple money in RP on special vehicle work that is accessible through your office computer. Wow, how amazing. But we have double money in RP for exporting mixed goods. That happens that you could do every, I believe, 48 minutes, if I remember correctly. If that's not something else I'm confusing with, but still it could pay you about $100,000 now, from what I'm assuming could remember anyways. And all you have to do is go to your executive assistant, go to their services, and just scroll all the way down to export mixed goods. And I believe you can only do this once every 48 minutes for now double money in RP. So they'll pay you about 100k and like 40,000 RP point. I don't remember anymore. Okay, it typically pays out 50k money and 1 to 2,000 RP. So there you go. You make yourself up to 4,000 RP points and $100,000 this week. That could be done every 48 minutes. I was right. Okay, there you go. You're welcome for that information and clarification. Now let me move on to the fact that there's double money NRP on random transform races. Relatively fun, I would say, in my opinion. So if you want to do that this week, go right ahead. So though maybe some people may not have interest in it, I personally do, but At the end of the day, it's your preference. So known unknowns on stunt races are double money NRP, as well as unknown unknowns are double money NRP this week as well. Now, of course, going into GTA Plus rewards for the next 2.5 weeks, I would say, because it ends like on June 16th. You know how I would say that GTA Plus's rewards are much more superior than the free weekly updates? Well, that's because, long story short, they have triple money NRP on VIP work, basically up to $75,000 per sightseer mission, if they wanted to, lucky bastards, and double money NRP on special cargo cell missions. Even a digital car addict, when on his video, he stated, why didn't Rockstar put double money NRP on special cargo cell missions for us? Well, that's because it was done for GTA Plus. Yeah, I'm ashamed. Anyways, that's generally all the new rewards for this week, but for those who wants to know about the continuing community series jobs on Double Money RP, for legacy players, you have the following stunt races on bonus Double Money RP. You have outdoor go-karts, PGP Noodle Cup, Stradolator Dunes, and Eukaria Palace and Chamber, as well as this race QTR Flagstone Circuit, and this deathmatch Flynn's Mafia Rugby and Mystery Box number 1. As well as King of the Hill modes, Flynn's Mafia Rugby, and Mystery Box number 1 as well. And for enhanced players, you have 5 stunt races on Double Money RP continuing through this week and possibly even next week. We have Binky's Unknown Unknown, Chapar Rally, Dirty Random 3-Way, Hot Rain Crossover, and Car Cross Koala Cup. You also have Raw Los Santos GP 2023 race on Double Money NRP, as well as this one deathmatch Ricky End of Days on Double Money NRP continuing through this week for expanded and enhanced players in the Community Series tab. Moving into this week's discounts, I'm just going to go through Rockstar's newswire as quick as possible. So they generally stated that there's executive office and upgrades and modification discounts, as well as a discount on special cargo warehouses this week, and as well as that there's also like a few select Buckingham related aircraft discounts that are either 30% off for the Luxor Deluxe and Swift Deluxe, but it's also the Nimbus, which is 60% off, like I've said. I don't know why. And there's also additional vehicle discounts featuring these 2 cars and 1 go-kart, lawnmower, whatever you want to call it. For the gun event inventory discounts, we have the railgun, the military rifle, that's 50% off for all players, the compact EMP launcher, that's 40% off for GTA Plus members, the combat MG, the micro SMG, the pool cue, sticky bombs, proximity mines, grenades, and body armor. Of course, there isn't much vehicle discounts, but I would try my best to recommend to you guys from the bottom of my throat, if you want to challenge yourself to get anything new this week, get yourself an Ocelot Penetrator. This just feels more pleasing to my eyes, in my opinion, of all 3 of them. Now, going to discounts specifics, we have a discount on all office properties, which is typically 30% off for all players, which would typically cost you either $700,000 as base price for the cheapest office, or up to $2.8 million for the most expensive office. But because GTA Plus has 50% off these properties, you may spend either between $2 million on the most expensive office, or just at $500,000 for the most cheapest office in the map. All renovations and modifications are also 30% off for all players, but it's also 50% off all month long, well, for the next 2.5 weeks anyways, until the next DLC releases, potentially anyways. So I personally do not care about GTA Plus. If you guys want to check it up yourself, go right ahead. But for typical players who are more normal, I would say, you would probably spend up to $4.6, maybe $4.7 million for the upgrades, modifications, and renovations on the most expensive office. But for most cheapest one, you could spend just around $2.6 million this week. There's also a 30% discount on all cargo warehouses that you can only access through your CEO office computer to purchase them. So for the cheapest small warehouse for only like 16 crates, which is a pretty good start in my opinion anyways, you could spend around $263,200. But for the most expensive large 111 crate warehouse, you could spend just at $2.45 million for a really good one anyways, in my opinion. So have fun with that. We of course have 60% off. What? The Nimbus. Fucking Rockstar. We also have that's good potential that they wasted. Why would you waste a 60% discount card on a Nimbus, Rockstar? Now we're not gonna have any more 60% offs on anything anymore for the rest of the year. Good job, Rockstar. I feel great going into GTA 6 now from this weekly update. Fuck. Anyways, we also have 30% off the Luxor Deluxe, now costing $7 million, and the Swift Deluxe now costing $3.6 million. But of course, the Nimbus being 60% off is not worth $760,000. And of course, another discount. We have a discount on the Anis Silvestra costing $693,000, the Ocelot Penetrator costing $616,000, and the Dinka Vito Classic, the go-kart that actually broke my nightclub garage. When I did claim this vehicle for free once upon a time, when this was a free limited time claimable vehicle, it just broke my game every time I tried going into that garage, but finally got fixed weeks after. It costs $626,500 now. And that's all for this week's discounts. For this week's vehicle showcases, we have the following vehicles. For the Diamond Casino Podium, we have the Pfister Astron, which if you want to save yourself around $1.6 million this week, you may do so by winning this vehicle by chance this week, so good luck with that. This week's prize ride when you go underground is the Obi Omnis E-GT, which typically costs around $1.8 million, but to get it for free this week, you have to place top 5 for 3 days in a row in an LS Carbide series. Looks relatively simple and easy. When you go underground, this week's test track vehicles, all 3 vehicles are removed website vehicles, and these are the prices taken straight from the game by me to showcase to you guys. We have the Lampadilla Michele GT, now priced at $1,225,000. We also have the Declasse Tulip. Of course, Rockstar's teasing a GTA 6 vehicle at us, even though I personally don't care, but I just like to bring it up just to waken some dead brain cells in some of you, whoever is like, oh my god, GTA 6, where? Well, it's not really GTA 6, but it's a car that exists in GTA 5, so yeah, sorry, not sorry. Costing $718,000, and we have a Coil Voltic, which costs $150,000. I recommend purchasing this vehicle. Actually, it's relatively cheap and fun and simple and pretty easy to drive. For new gen players, your HSW vehicle featuring the HSW Elite livery is the Anis Euros X32, and here's the vehicle representing this. For luxury autos dealership, it features the Fathom FR36 Coupe, which is priced at $1,652,620, and the Dominator FX, which is priced at $1,568,240. For Simeon's dealership, there's 5 vehicles removed from in-game websites, and these prices were taken straight from the game by me to showcase to you guys. We have the LCC Avaris, which is priced at $143,360, the LCC Innovation priced at $92,500, the Pegassi S-Key priced at $287,270, the Vapid Bullet. I recommend this vehicle. It's maybe not the most cool looking, but it's still pretty cool looking on its own. I just wish there was more modifications on it. Costing $155,000, and the Vapid FMJ costing $1.75 million. Wow. And finally, for this week's weekly challenges, the FIB priority file being the Project Breakaway file. This week's weekly challenge is to sell $300,000 across all businesses, as much as you want from any of the business. It's totally up to you. Even if you do it from one business, I believe should be okay. I wouldn't think you have to do 300,000 individually. That would be pretty freaking painful. But at the same time would be quite cool anyways. You could just make yourself millions of dollars by the end of the week. That's just for 100,000. For the salvage yard robbery target vehicles, we have the Pegassi Ignis through the McTony robbery, the Pegassi Infernus Classic through the Podium robbery, and the Grotti Stinger's longest name in recorded GTA history, in which this sentence is still much shorter than the name given to this vehicle, through the Gangbanger robbery. And it is officially the 11th week since the last claimable car. The longer I look at this fact, the more I want to cry. What the fuck is wrong with you, Rockstar? At this point, I'm gonna make this counter as the counter of how long it's been since Rockstar last gave a shit about their player base. Oh god. For the premium race this week is featuring a sign of things to come, obviously, because this is definitely a sign of things to come, because Rockstar, yeah. Featuring up to 8 players in motorcycles class race, so good luck with that. For all players, your time trial is up Chiliad, nice. And for new gen players, your HSW time trial is in East Vinewood. And that's during all of the new weekly update information I have to showcase to you in this video, but I'm going to quickly go over this week's weekly news of the past week, because I shouldn't really make a video on this separately. There's not much information and it's relatively quick to go through, including some brief news on the new GT Plus benefits, which I'll make a video on separately later on in this week, so stay tuned for that for those who are interested. Of course, very short, simple, and sweet for the weekly update news. You can float from Sparrow and Barbarossa, now available on Circle Local Records, which is now available on all major digital music services via Circle Local Records. So if you want to have this information, go right ahead, that's right over there. Of course, this is the weekly update video going over this information in the most detailed way I possibly could, that I hope informed as much of you as possible. And if you did find it informative and you wish to stay tuned for more content like this every Thursday evening, do leave a like and subscribe, or you can go the extra mile share this with your friends, or leave a comment what you liked or disliked about the information you've received. Even share it on Twitter if you want to. I totally appreciate it. Tag me if you do. There's also some GTA Plus members benefits, which I'll definitely go over in a future video, like I said. So if you want to stay tuned for that, go right ahead. It's totally up to you. The support is always appreciated, but never forced. Now, to go through as quickly as possible, someone has stated some GTA 6 high-quality Jason Lucia PNG artwork is available for download at that website. If you want to find the tweet of that, if you want to ask me for it, I'll do my best to link that link to you in the comments or even the description for those who are interested. Some people are still awaiting for FiveM Enhanced, even though someone has made a very clear, bold statement, which honestly makes sense. The fact that they need the original team, otherwise it will not be coming back. And there you see, without the original devs, Ethan and Team Groot doing nothing are too lazy. In this case, thanks for nothing, Rockstar. Yeah, that's basically why we probably may not ever get a FiveM Enhanced, because of that. As of May 26th, a couple days ago, it is officially 1 year left before we can come back to Vice City and fly Oppressor Mark IIs there and start modding and stealing people's social club information there or something, whatever the frick, I don't know. Yeah, it's not my fault, it's true, unfortunately, as of now. Here are some GTA Plus bonuses featuring a free vehicle, free clothing, some bonus rewards as well as some weekly, almost 2.5 week discounts for some vehicles, properties, and free chameleon paint and wheel paints for these players. There's even the fact that GT Plus members can unlock the following liveries permanently from the Vinewood Car Club upon, I guess, purchasing these vehicles. The fact that you have to put a Need for Speed Most Wanted livery for the Cypher for GT Plus members, I'm offended, Rockstar. Royally fuck you. And here are some vehicles for the Vinewood Car Club for those who are interested. And of course, the GT Plus event ends on Tuesday, June 17th, which is the expected DLC release date that I've said even at the beginning of this video. And that's generally it for this week's weekly update news of the past week. So of course I maybe could have probably put that information on a separate video, but it would have been too much to look between left and right. So I hope you guys did find all of this information as best as I tried to showcase it to you and inform you guys of this week's weekly update for the next 7 days, or even the past week's weekly event update news of whatever you guys may be interested in. Thank you guys for watching, if you did watch until this very moment, and if you did enjoy and you wish to stay tuned for more content like this every Thursday evening, to leave a like and subscribe, or you can go the extra mile with your friends, or leave a comment what you liked or disliked about the information you've received. Of course, all the support is never forced but always appreciated. Thank you guys for watching, and have yourselves a good week, hopefully outside of GTA Online. Thanks, Rockstar, for having negative security in your services, where you have rogue employees taking bribes in exchange for social club information. Thanks, Rockstar. Anyways, be safe out there.